Let's talk about how I mess up people's lives. I mess up people's lives. Check it out. If you go to my blog, Family Friendly Daddy blog, today's date, November 29th, 2017, you're gonna see a blog post about me going to this coffee shop and getting a spicy mocha, all right? What that blog post doesn't talk about is the people sitting next to me. There was a group of people. It was a young boy who was 16, his mother sitting next to him, his grandmother, and his aunt, visiting from Colorado in Franklin, Tennessee. And I was shooting a review of the coffee drink for my blog. Because keep in mind, I make money not only from these videos, but from being a daddy blogger. Family Friendly Daddy blog, that's the blog. And so I'm shooting this 2-minute review of this coffee, which I truly believe is the best in the world. Spicy mocha at Highbrow Coffee and Tea in Franklin, Tennessee. So after I shoot this, and my daughter's with me, she's only like a year and a half, she's sitting next to me where I'm just doing this thing. Naturally, you can imagine, even though I was only speaking this loud and there's music going on, but the table behind me was watching. And I was obligated, once I had eye contact with them, explain, I'm a YouTuber. I make money from doing this sort of thing. I'm a blogger. I make money from doing this sort of thing. This is my job now. And they were very fascinated by it. And they said, well, what do you make videos about? And you can imagine, again, I mess up people's lives. I give them false hope, right? 16-year-old boy. I looked to him and his mother. I said, well, actually, I can tell you if you're gonna go bald or not. I said that to the 16-year-old son. And I say, do you want to know whether you're gonna go bald or not? He's kind of a quiet young man, and he says, okay, yeah, sure. And I kind of jokingly looked at the mom and I said, okay, I'm gonna be truthful with your son either way, what we're about to find out. And I basically said, I'm either gonna be a jerk or I'm gonna be a hero, but I'm gonna be honest. So I said, okay, well, let's do a little interview here. So I said, first thing I do, take off your hat. He was wearing a ball cap. He shows me his hairline, completely perfect, 90-degree angle, squared off Norwood 1. He's 16 years old. I said, perfect. I said, next, let's talk about shaving. You look like you have very smooth skin that I don't see any stubble. He's like, yeah, I shave every couple of days. I said, but if you were to shave today and then tomorrow, would you have stubble all the way across? And he's like, no. So in other words, he doesn't have when I was 16, I had this going on. When I was 16, he doesn't. And then lastly, I told the mom, I said, well, when you guys get back home to Colorado, look at a photo of your son at age 1 and look at his hairline. I'm confident that it's gonna be basically the same as it is now. That's a projection of your son at age 35. And I said, it's not about the mother's father. And she says, well, good, because my dad doesn't have any hair left. So I said, well, what a relief. Okay, I say to the 16-year-old son, you're not gonna go bald. Now, some might say I messed up his life and I gave him false hope, but I confidently believe that I did the right thing. Just like I made that video yesterday about the Bobby Bones show. It's like the #1 country station here in Nashville. And he was trying to figure out whether he'd lose his hair. He took a DNA test and it showed that he wouldn't. But he's the same age as me, and he's got like a Norwood, maybe 1.5, maybe, perfect head of hair. And because he's already reached that age, I knew that he wouldn't go bald. So when he talked about me on the air, that's why I made that video in response to it, if you're wondering why I did that. So it's just, I love doing this. I love being able to tell people whether or not they're gonna go bald with what I believe is true accuracy. Think of the hundreds of hours I've spent of my life talking about this, and no one else talks about it from all these perspectives on all these theories. I love this part of who I am, and I love sharing this with people. And it is funny, I think, I could have told that kid, yeah, you're gonna be like me, you are gonna go bald, but I didn't have to. I got to tell him the truth, and I got to make him date. It was a gamble, you know? But if I were 16, I'd want someone to tell me either way so that I could prepare for it mentally. But isn't that a funny story though? If you run it into me in public and you're a 16-year-old boy, watch out, because if you say you want to know if you're going to go bald, I'm going to tell you the truth based on my theories, which I believe are true. So that actually happened. If you want to check out the blog, Family Friendly Daddy blog, Spicy Mocha, November 29th, 2017, it's all there. This is the behind the scene story of what happened. You're welcome.